Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Jln Chan here, and today we're going to do yet another property review. It is Trion 2 at Jln Chan Sow Lin, KL. So yes, this is Trion 2, and you might be wondering if you think I've covered this before. No, this is the first time, but I have done before Trion, yeah, which is right behind me. So that is Trion. I did that last year. 3 towers, very high up, 66 story. This is a slightly smaller footprint, but still very tall up. 46 stories, yeah. There are 2 blocks, B and A. The one that you see here is B. This is 46 stories, and right behind is 45 stories. So this has a total of 600 units. Layout-wise, very similar to Trion. This has 3 layouts in total, starting from 660 square feet for a 2-bedroom and 1 bathroom, all the way up to 922 square feet for 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms, which you also can double it up as a dual key unit. Yeah, so it's a very unique layout. You can easily partition it off to be a dual key. Okay, so talking about this area, Chan Sow Lin, very centrally located. Towards my back, I can't see, but we are only approximately 3 kilometers away. You take Chan Sow Lin all the way down, you can actually reach TRX. Yeah, and this path here, you can actually walk to Chan Sow Lin MRT and LRT station. So you got 2 stations, train stations. MRT is the Putrajaya line. That's only about 700 meters away. It's about 10 minutes walking distance. And from there, you actually can go to TRX. The next station is TRX. And if you head in the opposite direction, the next station is actually the provisional station for Bandar Malaysia. Yeah, so again, lots of potential. You think about it, it's only 1 station away. Yeah. Beside, it's a new development, KL48. Yeah, this is by a relatively new developer. And yes, without further ado, let's head in. Let's go. So we are in the development of Trion 2. This is actually a very nice lift, yeah, with external glass facade, this lift panel. But this basically only goes up to your facilities, level 8. Yeah, it doesn't go up any higher. To go to the units, you'll need to go to the unit lift lobby. So we'll take a short walk here. Not many facilities on level ground floor. It's just basically this path here. And yeah, that's about it. Yeah, this is where you take the lift up. So let's go. Okay, so walking through the car park. So on this floor, you also have car parks, but they use much better. They give you imprint concrete, yeah, compared to the higher floors above. It's just normal cement screed. And yeah, very straightforward. This is lobby for A. Very simple lift lobby. You've got 4 lifts, and towards the back there, you have your meal room. Yeah. No place for additional racks, and this is I always highlight this is going to be a problem because online shopping is happening, right? So you need a rack, you need a place to store your items for online shoppings, online deliveries. Okay, nonetheless, let's head up, let's go. Before we continue on with our property review, a big shout out to the Nubia team for providing us with this absolutely awesome Nubia Z60 Ultra. Now this is their flagship phone, and it features a stunning AMOLED display for vibrant colors. More importantly, what truly matters to me as a property YouTuber is that the Nubia Z60 Ultra also stands out with an impressive camera setup, capturing stunning photos and videos with its advanced imaging technology. For this property review, I'm using the 18mm lens for a wide-angle view, recording at 4K resolution with a 60 FPS setting for a buttery smooth video. With fast charging support and a long-lasting battery of 6,000 mAh, it ensures that I can stay connected all day long. At the heart of the Nubia Z60 Ultra is Qualcomm's latest Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 processor. Whether you are a tech enthusiast, a photography buff, or a professional on the go, the Nubia Z60 Ultra offers a premium smartphone experience that exceeds expectations. Now, let's return back to our property review. Let's go! Stepping up the lift, we are on the 12th floor. Okay, again, apologize. I'm trying to get used to my stabilizer. So we have a total of 4 lifts here, including 1 lift bomba. This is the lift bomba. And the lift bomba is a dual-sided. So behind this door, you have the other side of the lift bomba. And also your refuse room. So your refuse room is far away from your units. It uses the chute system, and you actually have, I don't know, triple doors or even 4 doors. 1 door here, 1 door here. That's 2 doors already. 3, this door, before we finally reach out to our final door, leading to our corridor. So as far as odor is concerned, I think we are pretty safe. I don't think so it will smell. So there are a total of 8 units per floor, you can see. And this side here, towards my left hand side, these are actually the bigger units. These are the 800 and 900 square feet. While on my right, this side here, this is the unit I'm going to review. All the smaller units are on this side here. These are the 660 square feet. That's a 2-bedroom, 1 bathroom. Look at that, so it's generous. The air well. Actually, we're quite low down. As I said, we are only on the 12th floor relative to this entire building, right? We are talking about 45, 46, but it's decently bright. Of course, the lights are on, but the big air well also helps. So all the way up, with a big air well, it will help on the lighting. And look at this side here. This unit is towards the end. So it's bright. These big window panels. So again, this is the unit that we will be reviewing. It's a 660 square feet, type A, 2 bedrooms and 1 bathroom. Interesting to note, the DB is actually outside. Yeah. So yeah, that's very interesting. You can do your shoe cabinet to cover it. But that being said, I would probably think that you would want to have a grill, I think. Yeah, because you don't want people to be messing up with your DB. Stepping in. So all the units are partially furnished. This is done up by the owner. Standard units, the furnishing comes with this kitchen cabinet. The top also, bottom and top essentially. And also your hood and hob by Accor. Yeah. Okay, one thing I wanted to share and comment, right? I don't see it. It could be behind, but this has to have an opening for exhaust essentially, or not it will not be effective. For this to work, it basically needs to suck in, this way is suck in, and there's somewhere which basically pushes out the air. So I've seen a lot of designs done by the developer. There's no outlet, air out, so this is not effective. If there's no air out, this you can open, you put a tissue, it will not really be effective. Okay, I could be wrong. There could be something behind this, although it's not much. Based on the depth, I don't think so. See, it's flat, right? It's flat. But yeah, if you're an owner here, do check this out and validate if it's installed correctly. This is the yard. That's just nice, not the biggest. You open up space for your washing machine. Oh, in this instance, the owner had to cover this up because again, this is the corner unit. But yeah, nice view. Although at the yard, this is done by the owner. Otherwise, this would be all wet. Ironically, they have this is an outdoor one, right, to protect it from water. But yeah, you have to protect your washing machine before you're protecting your switch. There's a telecommunications box here. That's interesting. So the fiber basically terminates here. This is where you put your modem or your ONT that does the that's the termination of the fiber, thin fiber, and then it translates into data points, LAN points. So there, usually you would have your data point. Fiber termination point is already up here. Okay. Nice. So nice. I like this ID. Very monotonous, basically black, grey, and white. And this basically looks out towards this. In front of me is Trion. Yeah, this is the first phase. Not first phase, rather the original Trion, and we're in Trion 2. But there it's much bigger, much taller, and there's a lot of commercials at the bottom. And there's of course a Mercure Hotel just beside. So if you want something more quiet, this would be your answer, Trion 2. Yeah, so this basically looks in the direction of Bandar Malaysia. So behind this, it's supposed to be Bandar Malaysia. Big land, huge. I forgot the size, 100 acres, I think. So it's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time. It will surely happen. Yeah, when I do not know, but yes, matter of time. And then behind there, you can see Damai Residence and also RC Residence. Yeah, both huge projects. Yeah, especially RC Residence. But bear in mind also, this is leasehold, but the one that we are in is freehold. So Jln Chan Sow Lin, there are a lot of industrial areas, a lot of industry, you can see all this, right? A lot of it are actually leasehold, surprisingly. And only a few plots of freehold land. This is one of it. Yeah. Opposite, I'm not sure if I can show you later, opposite there's another recently developed property a few years back that is also by the same developer as RC Residence. There's one residence in front along the main road, that's also leasehold. Okay, so let's quickly check out the room. So this is the room. Oh, I hope I'm doing okay with my nail stabilizer. Yeah. It's much more stable, I feel, but certainly some getting used to. So all these are loose items by the owner. And because this is the corner unit, so it enjoys a nice, decent view also. Yeah, you can see. And if you notice, there's another window there, frosted. And if you are thinking why, it's because this is where we have the aircon compressor outdoor unit. Yeah. But interestingly, this also can't open all the way up. So I'm guessing as a safety measure, they've actually added additional, basically, they secured it. And hence, if the aircon technician wants to access there, he will have to just unscrew this so they can open full length. Yeah. Okay. So it's quite sizable, this room. Yeah, it's not a small room. It's a medium room. You have decent amount of space. This is a queen size bed. You even have a small study table towards there, and even more, if you want to put low cabinets, you can certainly put here. Yeah. So this is a decent one. This is also a commercial title. So you have sprinklers. Yeah. If you notice, you have sprinklers. And bathroom, one bathroom. This is by Orin, the sink and also the water closet. So they are part of the Nero Ceramic Group, one of the largest when it comes to bathroom accessories, you know, sanitary ware. Nice. I like the color tone. Yeah. And you have a sliding door here. Okay. So this leads direct to the master bedroom. Okay. Yes, this is the master bedroom. Yeah, and this one goes all the way to the bottom. Yeah, it's got big window panels to look out. Southgate masking project, commercial, and then of course, as I said, you have this one. You have slightly better, wider view. I feel. Oh yeah, because we missed that part there. Yeah, so this looks out like a slightly wider view. Okay, that's about it for this unit. If you're interested to get this unit, do reach out to Rou Yee or George. Their contact is below in the description. This unit is for rent, not for sale, but there's a lot of other units that they have, yeah? So now that we're finished reviewing this unit, let's head out and check out another unit. Let's go. Stepping out of the lift, we are on the 39th floor, but we have actually changed towers. So we are now in Tower B, 39th floor. So pretty much like Tower A, you have a total of 8 units per floor. Yeah, left and right, 4 units on each side. And similar to the other tower, the bigger units, 900 square feet, is actually facing TRX. You get a nicer view with the bigger units. So it's all on my right hand side here. Yeah, the bigger units. And again, we are very close to the top, so it's much brighter. But even in the other video, right, I showed you that it's even bright, even at the lower floors, because you have these huge air wells and the lights are switched on. Yeah. So this unit is very nice. I like the unit that they have this nice walkway leading up to your unit. This is still part of the common area though. It's not part of the unit build up. Your unit build up really only starts from this part onwards where you have your door. Okay? Yeah. Look at that. The top, I'm not sure you can see the contrast, but it's actually covered. Yeah. So you won't get rain coming in. This is the yard for this area, for this unit that we're going to visit. So this is 922 square feet, 3 bedroom, 2 bathroom. You can actually convert it into a dual key unit also. So for this unit, it's a bit interesting compared to the unit earlier on, whereby the DB is not outside, the DB is actually inside here. So it's after your main door and it's behind here. So this is very good because for dual key units, right, your DB should always be outside, assuming it's not a standalone DB. Ideally, you have a standalone DB for this unit, you know, the studio unit which you're going to rent. But if there's no standalone DB, then it's here. So it's above here. Okay? Yeah. So if there's any power trip, whoever's who's staying, occupying in the studio unit can power it on his or herself, right? So this is the master bedroom. Okay, before I further explain, right? So all units, when they come by the developer, you actually don't have this door here. This is an additional add-on by the owner. So if I were to knock, you can hear, yeah, it's gypsum board. It's not solid brick. Yeah, this whole thing here. This is solid brick. Yeah, left and right solid brick, but not this door here. Okay, and yeah, that's about it. Actually, I wanted to comment if you want to make it nicer, but there's not much space there. So if it's higher up, right, what they can do is that they still do your gypsum board, or you really want to do, you can do solid brick, and then the top there, You can do glass panel, so this part will be bright here. Now this part is slightly brighter. I didn't switch on the lights here, but just wanted to show. This part now is bright because this door is open and this door is open. But if you to open it and both doors are closed, then obviously it'll be a bit dark. Yeah, and of course, if it's rented out, you know, if you're renting out this separately, then these doors are always closed in a way, right? Because this is like privacy. But in a normal setup unit, if you don't split it, then yes, this will be open. There's no door here. Going here, checking out this is in a way a master bedroom. This kitchen cabinet is provided. Yeah, it'd be a bit awkward, I feel, if you don't rent it out and you have your kitchen cabinet here, because you have another kitchen cabinet there. So this, in a way, is really designed for you to rent it out. If you don't, then just treat this as a small pantry. Otherwise, in a more normal bedroom, master bedroom, this part here behind the door, you can put it as your wardrobe. Okay, this is by Chint. How are you all liking okay, this is my stabilizer. Yeah. See, holding it one hand, and you can see the way it turns, right? So, okay, better not. Again, I'm still new to this. Still getting used to this whole stabilizer. Oh, interesting. Added a PowerPoint. So if you want to use your shaver, hair dryer. Okay, I will not touch too much. We have a lot to cover. The facilities, fully furnished, goes all the way to the top. I want to talk about the view for this unit. I think that is what is the key point. Yeah. Okay, before I talk the view, I'll keep the view for the last because that's the best. So kitchen cabinet L-shape provided for all units. Yeah. For all of this 922, 3 bedroom, 2 bathroom. This is your door out. You don't need a window here, and this is because, again, the top is covered. Unlike the other unit that we viewed, right, that was open to the side, hence you have to cover it up. So here, without a window, that's fine. If you do add a window, it's really just for privacy. And that being said, of course, you add a window, you probably want to, you have to cover it also, at least frosted. Washing machine is here. I keep the view for the last. That's the best part to explain about. This is the small room. So this small room is also very interesting. Interesting because I find it is actually, although it's the small room, it's actually quite big. It's a big small room. So why I say so, if you see the amount of space, so it's technically possible, space-wise, to actually add in a queen size bed, 5 feet. This is almost 6 feet, so it will be before the door, but obviously it'll be very tight. Some small rooms, we are talking about 900 square feet, usually they can't fit in a queen size bed, but this is possible. This one, the owner has went for a single bed. We have a pull-out at the bottom, and hence it's still generally very big, the space. Yeah. Okay. This window leads out to the open air well. Bathroom. Again, the PowerPoint is there. And you have a sliding door here. Yeah. Is it a slide? No, sorry, not a sliding door. Sliding door is this side here. So the main door for the, which I think is a nicer one, is a normal swing door for this room. Yeah. So the sliding door is there. Okay. A space for a working table towards the side, all the way to the bottom. So there's actually many units available for rent, for sale. nicely furnished, similar, to be honest, I had or rather the agent, Rou Yee and George had a trouble picking which were the units to be filmed. A lot. All of them very, very nicely furnished, and all of them are going very fast for rent. So by the time this goes live, probably this is not available anymore. Nevertheless, you can reach out to Rou Yee and George. Their contact is below in the description. Let's talk about the view now. So stepping out of the balcony, look at that. You got this nice, this is tempered glass. So you get a nice view of the KL city skyline. Yeah. Look at that. I hope you all are enjoying the video. This again is shot on the Z60 Ultra. 4K at 60 FPS. And now I have a stabilizer. So much smoother videos. You don't have such drastic turns. Aircon compressors are all here. Yeah, and you've got a small gate. You know. Yeah. Oh, is this a gate? No, this is a fixed panel. I can't open it, so you have to just climb above. Yeah, not a big issue. But yeah, this is the view. Yeah, you can see TRX. Actually, we're very near to TRX. If you take the back road, so this is Jln Chan Sow Lin, the back road here, and that is the MRT, yeah, Putrajaya line. So if they zoom in, okay, this is zooming in on using the stabilizer. So I'm still not too familiar with it. Okay, yes. So this, that is leading down towards the MRT Chan Sow Lin. And one very interesting thing about this Chan Sow Lin, right, is that it's actually smack right in between TRX. So one station above, you go to TRX, and the next station down, you actually go to the provisional Bandar Malaysia station. So you're really sandwiched between two big giant projects. TRX is really up, of course, and Bandar Malaysia is the next one. So a lot of potential. To that train station is about 600-700 meters, and there is actually a shuttle provided by the development. Okay, if you want to go directly to TRX, that's only about 3 kilometers, 3.5 kilometers if I'm not mistaken. Peak traffic, you're talking about 15 minutes. KLCC, down there, you double up the time. Yeah, distance also is double, about 6 kilometers. So really, really very centrally located, and again, very, very nice balcony. Okay, so yes, that sums up the review of this property. If you're interested to get this unit, do reach out to George and Rou Yee. Their contact is below in the description. Now that we've finished checking out this unit, let's head up and check out the facilities. Let's go. We kick off our facilities on the 46th floor. So again, we're still on Tower B, and because Tower B offers a much nicer view. So this Sky facilities is available both for Tower A and B, and because it's very similar, it has the same elements, changing room, and more importantly, the main one, the Sky pool. So I'm going to cover only Tower B. Okay. So if you compare this against Trion, right? This Trion 2 has this pool. Trion doesn't have the pool. That's very key to me. And this, again, you got an unobstructed view of KL view. Yeah. Okay, these overhang structures I mentioned before, these are very normal. If anything, you have to be grateful for this because this saves you from being a target for the lightning. You can see above there, right? These are lightning arresters. Yeah, those small, tiny, sharp tips. So there are a couple of lightning arresters above, and that's where if lightning strikes, it will strike there first and will channel all the current down to the ground floor. This is the pool. You have a sky terrace there, and it's covered, some setting covered, and you basically have a preparation table with a sink here. So if you want to prepare food, you know, you get catering, get a BBQ. Okay, there's no BBQ pit, but yeah, if you order food, fast food and so on, you want to have a small party, you can do it here, okay? And towards that end there, that's a changing room. Yeah, you can change, you have lockers, so if you want to utilize your pool, you can change there, yeah? And take a light shower there also. So very, very simple, this facilities floor. not the highest compared to the other one, but this, again, is closer, much closer towards city center. You can see all your 4 towers here. TRX, KLCC, KL Tower, and PNB 118. Okay, let's head down, let's go. Down to, let me see, level 2 and 3 before we hit to the main facilities floor on level 8. Let's go. Okay, before we hit all the way down, we are on 23A, and that's because we actually have a mid-break in terms of a sky garden. Yeah. So that being said, because there's a sky garden on this floor, so there's also less a unit, and it's a double volume one. However, I am not able to access because it's locked. Yeah, for whatever reasons, so I can give you a glimpse. Yeah. So it's supposed to be double volume, 23A and 25 above. Yeah. With a small break for both blocks, not just for a single block, but for both blocks. Okay, that's about it. So we'll try to get photos for this. And there are actually other facilities also on the lower floors which are not accessible. We'll try to get photos because those require reservation. Nevertheless, let's go. Stepping off the lift. We are on the second floor. Yeah. And you have your car park. Still a lot of renovation works. But more importantly, on this floor, you actually have a cafe and a kindergarten. Yeah. So, nice. Okay, whether this is a kindergarten per se, where they have service, where they find an operator, which is the hardest thing I've always mentioned. This is the hardest thing to do, to actually find real operators, because this type of property, right, this type of business, right, is likely going to be challenging because first, it's not really visible per se, it's on a higher floor, and second, for this development, there are not many units, 600 units, yeah. So you think about it, 600 units, how many of them have families and how many are willing to send their children here? You need a certain volume to be able to do a viable business. But it looks nice, it's spacious. Practicality-wise, from experience, I think it's tough. Why? Because it's one big open space. Usually, you would want it to be, this looks more like a kid's playroom actually, more than a kindergarten, because you want it to have separate segments. You want it to have rooms, for, you talk about kindergartens, right? Kids will need to sleep, afternoon nap, you want them to eat, you need place to prepare food, they have lunch, tea time. This is just one big area. So, practicality-wise, don't hate me, owners, but I don't think so this will work out. This will not work out. Yeah. This cafe. So the cafe, again, it's this one of the selling points actually. You look at all these, right? Full glass panels, way to the bottom, to the top, even at second floor, third floor. Third floor, you have some facilities also, which will go up. So it's supposed to have a very nice glass overhanging facade. But if you were to ask me, unless it's really a quick hit and run meal, why would you want to eat here? It's not that spectacular. The view is convenient, yes, but you are kind of limited. Yeah. I mean, there's not much space, and the type of food is a single cafe. Okay, that's all on this floor. Let's head up to level 3. Let's go. Stepping on the lift, we are on the third floor. So this is just above the cafe and the kindergarten. And there's actually another access door here, which leads direct to your lift lobby. So you don't need to take the door, which I took earlier on. This one leads out to the car park. Okay? You have a dancing room. So this is completed. Yeah. Quick glance. Yoga room. Very similar, except you don't have that mirror on the wall. And last but not least, on this floor is the gym. So very interesting, they actually separated the gym on this floor instead of the main facilities floor. Wow, look at that. It's quite nice. So there are bathrooms here. And this, okay, one is male, one is female, I'm guessing. That leaks out to the, basically your aircon yard, so nothing there. You've got two cubicles, male, female, or they've not labeled it. Yeah. For a 600 unit service apartment, I think this is decent. Yeah, quite okay. And yes, this is the much talked about hanging, overhanging glass. Yeah. So there's the guardhouse. This is Jln Satu. Yeah. Right opposite is actually Percetakan Nasional Berhad. This is basically the national printer. Yeah, and they basically print a lot of stuff for the government, but they also print for the private sector. Percetakan Nasional Berhad. And again, this is basically an industrial area. Chan Sow Lin is Chan Sow Lin. The name itself, Chan Sow Lin. Chan Sow Lin is actually one of the early tin mining tycoons. Yeah, he came from China. Obviously, he developed KL a lot, or rather the tin mining industry in Malaysia a lot. Because he started off in Taiping, if I'm not mistaken, Perak, back then under Rou Yee. And he actually helped solve intermediary for one of the wars, I think, one of the conflicts. Yeah, so that's the history of Chan Sow Lin. And this is like, again, more than 100 years ago, right? This is like late 1800s to early 1900s. That's Chan Sow Lin's legacy. Okay, we're done here. Let's head up to the main facilities floor on level 8. Let's go. Okay, we're on the final facilities floor. So this is a level 8A. It's actually 2 actually, A, B. Yeah, 8A and 8B. Look at that. So here we have, where do I enter? Okay, maybe the other side, there's another entrance at the other end. So this is basically your badminton hall, one court, and you also have table tennis there. Yeah, and some kickboxing equipments. And the main attraction, immediately you will notice, right, is this elevated jogging track above. Yeah, you can climb up, and it goes up to three tiers. This is of course the lowest one, and then second, I think this is sort of the third tier already, because you see it crosses above this one in the middle. Yeah, so it's 3 levels, so there's a lot of elevation. In a way, I feel it's also very good for those who want to practice, right? You know, you talk about long distance, you talk about hilly areas, up, down elevation. So that is good, this particular jogging track with this elevation. A lot of landscaping. So I'm guessing they will have a proper gardener to take care of all these plants. Yeah. You got a kids play water area. Swings. Nice. And this is an amphitheater. Well, they call it an amphitheater, but in my personal opinion, So an amphitheater is usually an arena sort of, and more often than not, it's sunken in. So people sit at the side, right? It's sort of a circle, and then it tears down, and then the center is where you have your stage. You talk about olden days, Roman Empire. People, there's a gladiator match or what, sort of a Colosseum style. But this amphitheater is actually a very irregular seating, and you're facing out as opposed to facing in. Yeah. Nevertheless, yes, they call this an amphitheater. It has a very nice structure. Yeah, all these are metal, but it's perforated. So if it rains, you still get wet sitting here. I will go up to this to take the steps up. This is a multi-purpose hall. It's closed today, but they're actually using it for VP, double volume. Yeah. Nothing really much about the multi-purpose hall. Towards this side, you have your changing room. So changing room, you also have lockers. But I always find it not that practical to have this type of lockers where you have a key. I prefer those with the number, right? So it's easy to operate, and you will not lose your key. But of course, pros and cons are this thing, if people can occupy, and then if they don't unlock it, then it's theirs. But a key, you can easily misplace it. For those of you familiar with my channel, do let me know what you think about this new camera. Okay, not new camera. This new gimbal stabilizer. Yeah, so it's much more stable, I believe. I hope. Surround. I've always liked to review surrounds. Very normal, very small. But at least it has a window there, right? You saw a window. And if you recall one of my property reviews, Bloomsville, much nicer development. I would say overall, because it's 66 stories, right? There's a big hotel, there's a branded hotel, Marriott Group, but the surround was a total disappointment. Yeah. Reading room. Can I enter? Okay, this is bad. This looks nice, this reading room. Yeah. Okay. And this is the management office. Again, it's a Sunday, so this management office is closed. Okay, can't see much. I don't want to see myself inside the video. Let's head up to 8B. Let's go. Stepping off the lift, we are on 8B. So, we have some facilities on this floor, 8B. Unfortunately, yes, I do not have access because you need to do booking in advance. This is the theatre room. Yeah. Essentially, there's a sofa, there's a TV. I will try to get photos for this. And the other one that is very nice, looks awesome, is this games room. So you have 2 football tables and a pool table. Yeah. Games room. Okay, I'll just take a quick walk. So the last thing that we'll cover is actually the elevated jogging trail. Yeah. There are a lot of other small pockets, a lot of seating actually all around. Like example here, function terrace. I think they should have chairs and tables here soon enough. And yeah, this is it. This jogging path. Yeah. So got a lot of all these pavilions, and they're actually chairs where you can chill and enjoy, and even a small coffee table. Yeah. So a number of it. Looking down. Yeah. See? Quite nice, right? You can look down. So yes, that's about it for this particular property here at Trion 2 KL. If you're interested to rent the units shown earlier, both of them are for rent. If it's still available, you can reach out to Rou Yee or George, but no worries. Again, like what I mentioned, they specialize here. They are a power couple, so there are many other units available for rent, mainly for rent, but also there are some units for sale. Okay, their contact is below in the description. Do let me know what you think about this property. To summarize my personal opinion, I think this site here, obviously the location is key. I think that's a very good selling point for this particular property. We are very, very close towards Bandar Malaysia, towards the back. Okay, this is the other end, sorry. That part here, behind this block here, that is where you have TRX, KLCC, yeah, and there is PNB 118. So location-wise, it's extremely good, but is located in this part of KL, Chan Sow Lin, which is an industrial area. It's a bit run down, so environment-wise, it's not the best. You know, there's a certain image with an industrial area, right? It's run down, it's dirty, so they'll take quite some time to really rejuvenate. You can see lots of these are really worn down. You know, the roof. Look at the roof. You know, probably a few of it are abandoned. So it really takes quite some time for all this to be redeveloped. You know, of course, you need the owners to be willing to sell, you know, and relocate their business to somewhere else before you can take over all these properties. But other than that, yes, very, very centrally located, a lot of potential. Again, hinging onto Bandar Malaysia, that will really spur this whole area up. This particular Chan Sow Lin property, right, is smack in between TRX and also Bandar Malaysia. And yes, just have to cover this. This is above the badminton. The badminton's down there. You actually have rock climbing. So the rock climbing, this is probably one of the bigger ones that I've seen, you know. And it's quite, yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I always emphasize on this safety first. So it's quite decently padded. In terms of safety, yes, I think it's safe enough for you to do rock climbing, for kids to learn rock climbing. This is good. And let me see. I mean, I do some bouldering, I do some rock climbing, not a lot, but yes, this looks decent actually. This is decent. I'll follow your color code, climb up. Yeah. Badminton hall down there, which I forgot to enter. I'm not sure if I could enter. Okay, that's about it. Oh, wait. How can I miss this out? Ah, yes, you got a playground, of course. I don't think so, I'll go down. Simple playground. Not much. Not much. Simple playground structure. Or spiral stairs down here. Okay, yes, so that's about it. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe to my channel. Do smash the like button. Thank you, and see you in my next video. Bye!